Hey guys, it's Colin from Color Studios here, and in today's video we're going to be showing you guys all kinds of updates around Six Flags Great Adventure for the 2026 season, starting right away in the Boardwalk. And look who snuck its way over to the Boardwalk. Talk about that a little later. This right here is a site that makes me unexplainably happy, seeing these 3 game stalls gone. I'm so happy to see this. It really opens up the midway nice, something that's been desperately needed for a long time. You can also see they still have some of the pieces here that would go right there, sitting here from there. So who knows what they're gonna do with them, but good news is that this is gone. I don't know, I imagine the other ones are probably gonna stay, but these are gone, which really opens up the midway nice, has some more room to walk, and is just a much better looking appearance overall. So here you can see the new path, or at least one of the new paths, that's gonna go all the way down to Superman. So as I've said, Superman is planned to be open for the park's opening weekend, even if all the Boardwalk is not done yet. You can see what they're actually doing is redoing the 3-point challenge. So you can see that there is some new wall right there, as well as fencing. So it's kind of gonna block that side, because it has now been confirmed that the Great American Road Race, aka go-karts, will not be returning this year. They will be retired. So that's gonna kind of block off that side with the way that they're orienting this, as you can see. And like I said, Slingshot is planned to operate this year. And then this is all gonna be the Boardwalk, which we'll talk about more as that gets announced. It'll be announced very soon. And of course, there will be a video tomorrow showing you guys a fun little surprise for the Boardwalk, or a couple little surprises. So lots of really exciting stuff going on in this area of the park. And as I've kind of reiterated over time, seeing this area of the park finally getting this much needed love and attention is great. I love what they're doing. I'll admit, originally I wasn't like over the moon that they were sticking with the Boardwalk, but seeing this now, I am all on board with it. I'm so excited to see as they continue to progress this area. And speaking of the new path, here's a closer look at it right here. This is not done yet. There's gonna be another aspect to this to kind of really finish it off, but I love the stamped look of the concrete. It really does look like a boardwalk. And of course, Jersey is known for their boardwalk, so it's very important that they get it right. And you can kind of see how it's gonna look on opening day when we go over to Superman, with this nice long boardwalk path bringing you up to the attraction. And here's a nice side profile view of those game stalls that are finally gone, turned into scrap rubble. Makes me so happy. I know it sounds kind of mean to be happy about destruction, but this is something that's needed to happen for a long time. So very happy to see it, and can't wait to see what they're gonna do with whatever is left of this over here. Here's a closer look at the front one here, which is completely ripped up. I mean, there's not even the concrete left. So yeah, they're really going to town. You'll also notice as we go through lots of other stuff happening, like of course, new concrete. There's always new concrete throughout the park. And it looks like they already have signs up for Garden State Grill to not be open. So I'm assuming that will not be open on opening day. And there's even more going on up here on the front end of the Boardwalk. So you can see there's some new concrete or something presumably being redone up here. They're ripping up all that kind of ugly looking stuff on the ground. At least I didn't like it. And it looks like they're gonna redo it. So those triangles of kind of like brick patterns, or at least the concrete there, that is new. And they still have open triangles in between. So what I'm assuming they're doing is they're doing those brick triangles first, and then you're gonna have all those open ones that are gonna be done with presumably a different pattern. And you can also see there's a big opening up there as well for some presumed new concrete too. So you can also see all of the rebar in here as well, or the forming for concrete to go in these triangular holes. So looks like they're going to kind of do an alternating pattern, which is going to look really nice. I'm very happy they're giving some attention to not just the back side of the boardwalk, but all of the boardwalk, because it really needs. You just scared the shit. Jesus. So here's a closer look. We're going to walk alongside here, getting a nice look of that new pattern. So yeah, they're obviously very active work site. We got Mike, park manager, leading us through the construction site here. And obviously we only have a couple weeks, or actually basically 1 week until opening day. So it is definitely crunch time here at the park, but this is exciting. Now we're gonna continue into the park to show you guys another one of their new projects. As I said, it is crunch time at the park. Obviously lots to do before opening day, and they are up and at it, getting the park ready to go for you guys in a little over a week at the time of recording. So this is so cool to see. I love coming to the park when there's so much going on, so much movement, because it really puts into perspective just how much goes into getting the park ready for us on opening day. And look, what a treat. We have a ride testing. It is the giant wheel testing. I don't know if this is its first run of the year or, you know, whatever, but they are actively getting rides commissioned and ready to go. So there might be a couple of rides we see running as we walk through the park. We are obviously right here up by the entrance, Main Street, all this fun stuff over here. Looks like they brought out these really nice little carts that they put flowers in. We saw those a couple years ago, kind of in different areas of the park. It looks like they have moved them up here, which is really nice. And right here is going to be the new Main Street Pub. You see some of the new paint, and if we take a closer look, they are actively getting it ready inside. So this is gonna look great once it does open. Shout out to these guys for really putting the work in and doing an excellent job. It is a major, major job, and there you can see all the roof exposed to the insulation, so they're going all out. Mike, I know this is something you're pretty excited about, along with everything else going on at the park.
I gotta tell you, I got to sample the fish and chips.
Yeah?
You guys are gonna love it.
Awesome, good to hear. All right, so now we are heading back down this side of the park, and we're actually gonna go to the new safari stage to give you guys a bit of a sneak preview of that. That's gonna be an event that starts opening weekend and runs through spring break. It's the Safari Spring Break celebration. They're gonna have live shows, animals inside the park, and all kinds of fun stuff. So let's go take a look at that. Walking past the boardwalk, and my assumption or prediction was wrong. That will not be a sign over there. That will just be new concrete. But down ahead, straight ahead on Dream Street, take a look at that. There's the new safari stage. All right, so here it is, the Safari Celebration Stage. Is that the official name of this, Ryan? What are we calling this?
Safari Spring Break Celebration.
Safari Spring Break Celebrations. This is where the main show is gonna take place. I really like all the props they have around here. They even got a safari truck over here. It is not done yet, because obviously the ladders are not a part of it, but this looks great. And look at that. Log Flume's drop has been repainted, a nice bright blue. This is awesome. See a new little Jeep prop right there as well. Adventure Gifts is still Adventure Gifts. And this, like I said, this is gonna be the main area where all of the events are happening. You can also see that there is no longer the gate, or at least the gates are open for the Wild Walkway. I don't know if it's gonna stay open. I'd assume probably not. That's probably just for the off season. But this is gonna be a really, really nice area. Plenty of seating and open space over here as well. Obviously, it's a pretty main plaza for the park right here, so great visibility for this show. Yeah, not too much else to say. We're gonna see this very soon in action, just a few days. So very excited to see this whole show come together. It's gonna look great. There's some more props over here right next to the safari truck. Now we're walking into Frontier Adventures, so you can see lots of work happening on the log flume. Obviously some painting going on, judging off that right there. You can also see they do still have that blocked off, the entrance to log flume. That is still blocked off. Obviously it's not going to be open right away because it's way too cold, but it will open this year, which is very, very good to know. And we heard this Toro startup horn earlier, and you can see they have maintenance out by the lift now, so there's a chance we see Toro tests today. While we wait for the coaster to go vertical, the safari team has been kind enough to bring out some animals for us to say hello to.
As you can see, she kind of has like horn-looking feathers on top of her head. That's where she gets her name. She came to us because she was not deemed, she got into an accident and she had injured her wing and she was deemed non-releasable. So she couldn't fly, which means she can't hunt. Obviously, she has wings, feathers, so help her with flying. So just, you gotta keep snapping.
Keep it up.
Here's the skunk.
What do you think Munchie would do, pal?
She'd have a field day.
There we go.
Not bad, how are you? Good to see you.
The Flash Pass building has now been repainted because this is no longer Flash Pass. It is Fast Lane. It's much nicer color scheme. I didn't really like the red and the yellow, so that's a much nicer look. So here we are at the former site of Swashbuckler, and I need to preface right away, the ride is not removed. It is being moved inside the park. You guys will figure that out soon, but they are currently working on doing something to this plot. Mike, do you want to expand maybe a little bit? Not give everything away, but what we're doing over where Swashbuckler was.
Just working on some park beautification. We'll get some plantings in here, some seating.
So it'll look nice, be a nice
Absolutely.
little chill spot, which is definitely something this area of the park needs. So love to see that there's stuff going on over here. It looks really nice so far. Here's a little, kind of a side profile view, so you can kind of see what they're going for here. I'm assuming that to the right here, this is kind of going to be like, you know, plant area, and this is kind of the boundary there. So we'll see more of this on opening day, that's for sure. And look at this, we're getting to use our meal plan early. No, just kidding. We are inside Granny's because there is a new menu. I don't know if the menu is on the screen yet. Jason, where'd you go? You said there was a new item on the menu. What is it?
Outside it said chicken legs, barbecue chicken legs.
Barbecue
Last year
chicken legs.
It was like half chicken. So like something new.
Okay. So yeah, here we are. I mean, obviously this was redone last year, so not really anything has changed per se. But yeah, it is very interesting though to come in here and see it, you know, before opening. And like I said, menu boards are not updated yet because those are still the 2025 cups. But yeah, very soon. Like I said, just a little over a week. You guys will be in here getting food, riding rides outside. We can see right now they are pressure washing the top of the Chiller Observatory building, which is great to see. Love seeing that they're preserving that building. There's a lot of history, and it's a really nice setup inside too. We're now finishing our loop through the park. We just walked through Metropolis, as you guys saw, and now we're headed back over to the area of construction. All right, so now since so much time has passed since we first came in, you can actually see they've started the next level of concrete over here. Opposite the kind of red brick look they're doing the rest of it over there now. I'm not sure if it's going to be stamped since we're seeing this literally as it's being poured, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, we're starting to see it all come together now. I think those might be the stamped templates there. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. So they come over once they pour it and stamp those in to get that pattern that you see. And here's the new view of the boardwalk as you come walking up. The temporary view, of course. It's going to still continue to change, but this is how it currently looks. And more will be coming as time goes on, that's for sure.
It's colored yet. They come back and they put there's actually two colors that go in, so you'll get the wood grain.
Looks good like this.
This does look good.
I also from the pictures thought it was actually good. Yeah, and then over there it'll go the other way for the herringbone between the sections.
So this video has kind of morphed into like a all park update kind of thing in addition to Project 2027. Now we are headed back into the Golden Kingdom to head over to El Toro so we can show you guys some of the retrack areas of the attraction. Let's go look at El Toro and the retrack that has taken place over here, because majority of the retrack is centered in this area. So right off the bat, you can see lots of new sections of track all through here. This was definitely one of the areas of the ride that needed it the most, quite frankly, because this has always been kind of the roughest spot of the ride, and we'll get to see just how smooth it winds up being now in a little over a week for pass holder preview and then opening day. But you could definitely tell where there's new track. This is all fresh track from Intamin, prefab track, all in this area. I can't really see too well, I'm gonna be honest, to show you guys exactly like which spots have been retracked, but I can definitely tell you the kind of like mini helix here definitely retracked. And as we walk down towards where Zumanjaro's queue once was, which this is crazy, it's now just grass. Lots of new track over here at El Toro. Feels like I'm going to ride the world's tallest drop type. Obviously not, but yeah, it was a half-mile walk. It really was. Was not necessarily designed the smartest. You can definitely see where the path used to be, and we used to get a great view of Rolling Thunder. It's actually gonna be the first time we get to see Rolling Thunder from this side with its new paint, because it was repainted last season. So that's exciting. Toro is going to be testing very soon to get ready for the start of the season. You can see, it looks like A Train is on the track right there, yep. And I feel like I hear Medusa. Nope, that's a plane. That is not Medusa. Yeah, this is surreal to be back here again, man. Brings back a lot of memories. And look how fantastic the Rolling Thunder track looks from this side. This would be like a great photo op back here with this. You had like an elevated platform right here, and then got to see it like this from this angle. That looks great.
They're gonna RMC it.
You know, if I could angle this just right, it looks like the ride is still here.
Right down below.
So down here by El Toro's drop, we actually get a really nice view of the trains, which from my understanding, they have gotten some attention. Supposedly there has been some repainting, and you can definitely tell they look very crisp right now, which is great to see. And there's not really too much the retracking to see from this end. Most of it was kind of focused on the far end over there. There is a piece of track right there that looks fairly new. I don't know if it's actually new. That could be from a couple years ago. But yeah, this is really, really cool views we're getting. And of course, huge shout out to Great Adventure. They got top tier PR people and management to let us come in and do this and get these views. It's truly incredible. So I was mistaken. I can't really tell because of my sunglasses. This is actually the B train that is on, not the A train, which is very, very cool to see. And it, like I said, looks great. It should show that I couldn't tell which one it was because they look so nice and kept up. So closely looking at Toro here to find the new track. Can definitely see some at the top of the Rolling Thunder Hill, kind of cresting over. Then there's a break. Then you can see some more new track right there. And as we venture further into the Toro infield here next to the station, which we'll be inside of in just a little over a week, I'm gonna look for more new track pieces. Let's see if I can find them. Like I said, definitely some down in the helix down there. You can definitely tell over here, that could be new track there. Either way, lots of new track in the second half of the ride here, which was much needed, like I said, and just very happy to see that Toro got the love it deserves and will continue to get the love it deserves. Definitely looks like there was some attention given to it. Looks super, super nice. Look at that. This is actually a great look at some of the new track down here, all through this turn, like I was saying. And for those wondering, yes, there is still snow here in New Jersey at Great Adventure. Look at this view of what's going to become the Boardwalk. And one of the rides coming to the Boardwalk is Swashbuckler. It won't stay named Swashbuckler, but it is Swashbuckler over here. Crazy how big this space really is where we're walking now, which is where Lantern's Lift Hill used to be, and this is where they are currently storing Swashbuckler before it gets rebuilt in the Boardwalk, along with a couple other things, one of which you'll see tomorrow once that's revealed. But this is very exciting. I think this could be a much better spot for the attraction. I'm assuming it's gonna get a repaint. It's not gonna stay like this, so it'd be very nice to watch it come together, but this is where it's stored for now. You know, being back here and seeing this ride over here really puts into perspective just how much space they have to work with now that Green Lantern is no more and they have all of the Boardwalk. It's a sizable area. And like I said, I'm very excited to see this ride in its new location on the Boardwalk. And you can see right here the original color scheme. So this ride has had 3 names up to this point. It opened as Fantasy Fling, then was Super Roundup, and then was Swashbuckler most recently. But it originally had this blue and yellow color scheme. I don't know if I can find any of the yellow anywhere, but you can definitely see a lot of the blue seeping through on all of these pieces. So very excited to see what color it changes to now and maybe what name it changes to now, because I highly doubt they're going to keep it called Swashbuckler in the Boardwalk. And here's another look at the long stretch of the Boardwalk here with all the supports. Lots of supports on this side still. I'd imagine some of these are going to wind up either up or moved. I wouldn't be surprised if the ones over here are staged over here for a reason, because maybe they're for more of this side of the project than the other ones that are in the parking lot or for the further end of the project. Not too sure though. So now we are making pass number 3 through this new Boardwalk path, and it's funny because every time we come by they have more done, and now they are stamping the gray concrete. So you can see they're putting in those kind of like rock patterns. This is how they do it. Put it down, step on it, push it in real good, and then you get the shape, just like that. Look at that. Awesome. If you guys enjoyed this video showing off all the big changes happening at Great Adventure, or at least the ones we saw today, and you'd like to see more on the purple roller coaster construction, be sure to check that video out. And of course, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.